experience, what really matters is not so much your grades or the job that you have. All of these are means goals. They are a means to an end, right? But if you ask a human being to share with you the moments in life that they're most grateful for, all of those moments often deal with inner states. It's falling in love. It's carrying your first child in your arm. It's the joy of like accomplishing your first big win. And all of these are states of happiness, states of joy, states of human connectivity.
Power begins from within. If you're aware of who you are, if you're aware of what you're good at, what you're not good at, if you're able to see how emotions kind of govern your life, if you can learn what your weaknesses are and how to control them, you can't ever get complete control, but awareness is almost enough.
You know, like if I resist change, if I resist getting out of my comfort zone, how many things in your life have you missed out on because you resisted it?
I believe our lives are controlled by one force, decisions. I certainly believe in a force greater than myself, call it God if you will, grace, whatever you want to call it, the universe. But I also believe it gives us choices. And the decisions we make control us much more than the conditions we meet. It's not the conditions, it's your decisions. Decisions what to believe, decisions what to do, decisions what to give. I say to people, think about, look back 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, and think of a decision you made. That if you would have made a different decision, you'd have a totally different life today.
If you turn around and you confront the suffering voluntarily, you find out that you are way tougher than you think. It's not that life is better than you think. Life is as harsh as you think. It might even be worse, but you are way tougher than you think if you turn around and confront it.
Humility to recognize, what got you here won't get you there, as the saying goes, right? And to say at some point, if you really want to change and are really stuck, I know nothing, I'm letting go of everything, and I'm sort of gonna relearn as with a childlike mind.
Living my purpose, knowing what my purpose is. If there's a why, I can handle anything. If I've got a purpose, if I've got a reason bigger than myself, bigger than the circumstance I'm living in, bigger than whatever's in front of me, when I have a purpose, I can make it through anything.
Pain is pleasure. You've got to make the connection between the physical and the mental. When you work out, it's painful. Well, you know that when you're exercising. When you're running or you're working out or whatever, it hurts, but it leads to something pleasurable.
You've got to really master this principle of neutrality, which is to go to that place that's not either happy or sad or good or bad or negative or positive. I would call it that spiritual center, that center of all wisdom, the source. And then really get clear about, okay, what's that I'm going to create around me?
A purpose is really like a why. Why am I alive? Why am I on this earth? What is my purpose on this planet? Love is the most powerful purpose we can have.
There is a myth out there in the world that I call the hustler myth. It says that it's about hard work, that it's about working harder than the competition. It's about busting your back for 100 hours a week. You can hustle or you can surrender into your inner space. And I'm a big fan of surrendering into your inner space.
The most important decision you can make above any on the face of the earth is deciding that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens, you're going to live in a beautiful state.
This mass, fear that's going around is it's not just this physical threat and virus, it's this virus of the mind.
Make no mistake about it. The first noble truth of Buddhism, life is suffering. This is true, and it's worse than that because it's suffering contaminated by malevolence. That's the baseline. But the optimistic part is that you are so damn tough you can actually know how to deal with that, you can improve it.
Each project, each thing that you do in life, you have to kind of create that feeling in the gut like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. You got to feel a little bit of that nervousness and that excitement and that sense of I've got to build it now.
what you're going through is temporary, and that what's permanent is how you feel. What's permanent is your attitude. You could still be joyful. You could still be happy. You could still be blessed. You have more of a probability of it shifting by shifting your attitude.
It means a beautiful state is that you're going to be happy, but that's only one. Or you're going to feel creative, or you're going to be passionate, or you're going to be in awe of something, or you're going to feel love. Any state that's a beautiful state is really the core essence of who you are without fear.